Yeah, it would probably help if I unmuted myself. So, you know, there's that. So, again, to repeat myself, let me know how everything looks, how everything sounds. The video should hopefully be better. I upped the bitrate and I downsampled the stream. So, we'll see. But as it stands right now, I am unable to connect to the server, so I don't actually know if they're down. I guess let me check on mine. Suppose that would have been a good idea to see if it was down at all, because I don't have any backup games installed or anything like that. Oh, yeah. So their website is totally down for maintenance. Okay, what's Reddit have to say? Apparently... looks like they announced the challenges and stuff like that. Alright, well... Okay. When did it go down for maintenance? Does it say here? The little Twitter feed doesn't say anything. Alright, let me do something else here. Well, I can't even look at their challenges unless Reddit, somebody on Reddit took screenshots. So let's see if I can do that. Image. Oh, let's try this. I'm just gonna do this on the fly apparently, so window capture. Okay. Oh, there we go. Change to oops. I don't actually know if that's working. You see that? Is it just a big black box? Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can fix this. So there's me. There's that. So I can see my mouse. Is it not showing the actual browser? Oops. Alright, well, let's do this. Exit out of that. And this. Okay, let me just try switching for a second. Yes, no, nothing. Alright, let's just move that. Or I just do like a desktop capture. Browser source. I don't know if this is gonna work. I guess we'll try it. No, that's not gonna do it. Yeah. Okay. I think I need to disable hardware acceleration. So let's try that. I mean, this looks like really old information, but, well, not that old. So it's gonna be... I don't know. I think it's something to do with Chrome and hardware acceleration is the problem. Of course, you know, they change their settings page once every couple of months. So I don't actually know where it's hiding. Hardware acceleration, settings, advanced settings, system, privacy and security, downloads, accessibility. Alright. Relaunch browser. So, let's try this again. Add. Window capture. Let's just name this internet. Hey, look at that. I did it. We did it, Reddit. We did it. Yeah, that looks good. So, but I have to like push it down because it's hiding me. Okay, there we go. Let's full screen this. And why is it like not full screen on here? Let me just stretch that out. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, whatever. Good enough. Alright, so there's a post. Let's see if the bot did it. Okay. Man, maybe I'm lucky. Nope. Huh. Oh, neat. So, when you get the Harbinger Challenge Crown, instead of like certain MTXs in the past, Ice Crown, one's a skin version and one's an attachment, so you can use it with other things. So that'll be nice. What is this? It's weird to me that people are like using Vex's first name. Isn't there like a GGG bot? Where's he at? I guess if it's just a picture, there's nothing to show. Man, really? People don't. I've seen a few people complaining about the rewards. Oh, look at my terrible stuff. So this is basically what they look like. See, if you could get the OG Razer color footprints, because Razer's colors used to be blue rather than green, then you could look pretty memey and trashy. Refresh. No. Okay. What else we got going on? Favorite r/Path of Exile post. Lead up to the fall of Boreath, we'll be counting on the days with some discussions to celebrate how far Path of Exile has come from its humble beginnings. Today we're asking, what's your favorite Path of Exile post? Oh, I know exactly what this one's talking about already. Yeah, so many things have come true on this board. And Chris is wearing his notoriously neon tropical fish shirt. So, let's see. What's actually come true? Nerf Massel has probably come true, considering they've nerfed poison significantly. And charges. Bright Junk. Pulling Ursa, now randomly spawn in hideouts, forced instance sharing. Well, I mean cutthroat, technically. Bring back Chris Wilson's beard. Has that happened yet? Let's see, let's just do 2017 and see if we can find any pictures. Ah, see? This is coming back too. What else we got? Legacy Exalted Orbs. Well, they did bring back, for Legacy League, they brought back the Eternal Orbs. Players can no longer trade currency. Hasn't happened yet. Panda-themed expansion. Hasn't happened yet. Nerf Glacial Hammer. I don't think that's happened. They technically buffed it, even though it was 8%. New Templar outfit. I don't think the Templar is wearing pants in the intro, but I'll have to double check that one. No unicycle to frog pets yet. Buff Ignite. I mean, technically they buffed Ignite, but they removed double dipping, so buy SSD stocks, reduce performance. Word on the street is that's actually happening, since SSDs and all that jazz are becoming more common in mobile devices. And there were multiple purple leagues. My divination card does not drop in Twilight Strand as far as I know. So yeah, those two purple leagues. There was the, what was it, the Beyond? For sure. No, not Beyond. Breach, for sure. And then, I don't remember what the other one was. I'd have to look at my... How do I shrink this? Good lord. Let me check my inventory real quick here. In Steam, so I can look at my MTXs there. Oh, actually you can't. It doesn't even, like, cache the data. It has to have an active connection to see your Path of Exile inventory from Steam. That's interesting. Alright, let's go back. Close that tab. Second wave of trade improvements. Oh, that's right. That was like the 4th of July. I can't show the image because the website's down, but it looked like a stock market trading and stuff, which we actually have it now, sadly. It was a joke, but now it exists. PoE Ninja is a thing. See? You thought it was a joke. Somebody made it real. PoE stock market, baby. Let's see. I wonder if anybody has posted, what's his name's comic strips. Silk. That ass. Alright, let's see. Cast on Cats? Or Crit. It was Cats on Crit. That was a good one too. Let's see. I think Gouda has a video. Gouda, Cats on Crit.
Dude. Oh my
I don't know how
god,
loud this is for you.
cats everywhere.
But let's just go.
Alright, I think. Let's see. Yep,
There are a lot.
Let me know if you can see this video.
There's just so many.
Oh my god!
That's a lot of cats.
Go,
Go, my
This is
head.
so
Oh my
bad.
gosh. Grab some cats with us.
Yeah, come cats with us. You can watch us dead.
My
You can
screen
see-
right
you can
now.
see
That's
it.
a fuck cats actually. Damn.
It's so many cats.
So many cats. Dude, I don't do any damage though.
No.
Well, they're all repeating
I
themselves, so I don't know if it's actually echoing now.
No, it's a cats.
Hit him.
No, it's a real. This is actually PoE.
Can you still hear it if I mute it? I don't know why it would be echoing like that, unless there's some bleed through with my headphones, but I didn't think it'd be that loud. But yeah, that was fun for a day. Oh yeah, so let me tell you since we're waiting. Computer, didn't see what? Like, how come you didn't see the cats on crit? Oh, I don't remember. I think you weren't. Yeah, it was one day. It was before you were playing regularly, and I don't even know if you were in town. You might have been gone or something. It was back in 2000. Not 2016. It was. Let's look at this one. When was this posted? 2015? So, and it looks like Beyond existed. I don't know if this was the Beyond League. Probably. I don't know. Yeah, but it was only for a day. It was still pretty funny. Snap, game's back up. Maybe. Give it a few minutes. But yeah, so my adventures in trying to get my computer stable again. I think I was looking for some software or something to control my fans and was looking to try and find the best one. And I noticed that my CPU was lower than what I had initially set it at. So then I was just running tests all day to get it stable, and then I had it running at 3.9 gigahertz again, stable at decent temps, and I couldn't get my RAM to run stable higher than 2100 essentially. So I downloaded the latest BIOS driver, and then I updated that, which made the BIOS look completely different. But it gave another XMP profile, because there's 1 and 2, and I guess it can work in one and not the other. I didn't go too far into the details. I just tried XMP2, and I got it up to 2933 or whatever is the current. That's as stable as I can get it for the voltages that I have it set at that I'm comfortable with, because there's plenty of people who are arguing about what's better, and I'd rather go lower than higher because I'd rather keep my equipment running for longer. So, alright, let's see if I can get in. Let me remove this. Delete. Yes. And we'll load up Path of Exile. And go to my library and play. But you can see if all my settings have paid off. Yeah, I could probably try tightening up the timings for my RAM, because all I did was I literally changed it from 2677 to 2933 and kept all the other settings the same, and then I ran like the mem test thing, and it snap. Oh, I got in. So let me know if you can see the game. And I need to figure out a way to make it so my laptop stops going to sleep. Okay, now let me know how it looks, if it's like blurry like it was yesterday, because it hopefully shouldn't be. I don't remember what I'm doing either. I think I killed all the guardians, or not guardians, bandits, so I'm going to the wetlands to fight Vol. We'll go to Vol Pyramid. Oh, I know, there's another thing. I wanted to turn off the reverb because I found that mildly annoying. Okay. Wow. Turn this on. I'm still getting that weird, like, they must have changed the sound somehow. Because when I'm, like, hitting things, the sound definitely is different. Even, like, opening doors. Hang on. Let me make sure I didn't do something foolish and not save it. Okay, I did. Let's try... Oop. Save? Oh. Well, I'm not going to restart, so... But yeah, that's... Actually, let me do this. Let me try doing sound effects down a little bit, just to make it less. Okay. That's better, I guess. Oh, you know, I totally forgot to check my loot filter too. Oh well. Take care of that later. Looks like there's a path over here. Well, okay. I mean, I turned down the actual skill settings, so hopefully that makes it better. But if the other stuff is too loud as well, just let me know and I'll turn it down a little bit. I can never figure out what the right way is for this place. Chancellor Urban. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's an environmental tell like some of the other locations in the game, like ledge and stuff. But who knows? Okay. Maybe this. I think it sort of loops around. Definitely not as. Oh, I see a little exclamation point, so I'm on the right track. Onwards and upwards.
Ancestors, forgive me. I have opened the way to Kitava, father of ocean.
I should probably be listening to that stuff to see if any dialogue's changed, but honestly it's been so long since I've initially listened to the dialogue that I wouldn't know what changed and what stayed the same anyways. I think I might be good enough, or my mana might be decent enough that I can just switch to 2 silver or quicksilvers. Because this not moving fast is killing me. Go, move up. Move again. Let's kill this guy. Okay. In-source code exception. Well, rip game. Something didn't load properly when I went into the cavern there. No, it was the game. There's some file path or something. You know what? I know what it is. If they just update it, I probably need to actually check and see if I freaking... Let me restart Steam, because I probably didn't actually update the game. Check for an update. See if it goes through. I mean, looks good. Always keep it up to date. Local files, let me verify integrity of game files. See how it goes. But as far as everything else is concerned, does it look better than yesterday? Like less fuzzy or grainy? You think so? You're no help. Alright, let me check Reddit. Steam PoE bug. No patch to Steam. I guess that'll be my project for tomorrow, is to download the standalone client as a backup. Verify integrity of game files again. There we go. Now it says downloading. So, I guess we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I will add a video capture. Zero out of 0 bytes. God damn it. Not that. Not Steam. Okay. So yep. My man. Oh yeah, I guess Rick and Morty's out. So fortunately I don't have any way to access it, but I'll have to avoid that subreddit for a little while so I don't get any spoilers. Let's see. Mind over Matter Explosive Arrow Elementalist Starter Build Guide. Oh, this is from Waggle, so this is actually probably a pretty good build.
Matter Elementalist Patch 3.0 version Quick Build Guide. Ready to go. So, Explosive Arrow plays...
Oh, I know why you're probably getting an echo.
That's how it has in the past. I'm going to throw a map right in here.
No, are you getting, is this echoing?
What's new, what's the same. But the big change is obviously double dipping nerfs have greatly hindered your single target DPS of build. At least in the way that it's normally played.
I wonder why it would be
generally done with a weapon swap where you focus on still explosive
hitting the audio twice. Is it because
that doesn't work very well anymore, and it kind of caused a lot of people to quit even trying the build early.
How about now?
But I think the build still works just fine. The actual generic mapping, this part where you're just killing all the trash, is more or less the same. It's actually more consistent now, I would say, since the chance to ignite gem is so buffed that it's worth using. You get a really consistent ignite. But the prolifs themselves are slightly weaker. And that is traded off for you have a bigger hit thanks to a few other changes.
I bet that's
like
doing the same thing with PoE. Because my desktop audio and my mic auxiliary auto were on. So I'm wondering if PoE is doing the same thing.
Still pretty top-notch clear speed. You
because
get
I
to
have my
run through the maps
desktop
really
speakers
fast.
going through
And I would say the single
the
target damage is good
voice
enough
meter.
that it still allows the build to be a very strong
I'm betting
contender
that's why
as
there's like that
a
echoey double noise
league
when I was
starter
playing PoE too.
for just about any budget.
So I guess I
The
should
big
just
thing you're going to
have
see is the
desktop
weapon swap
audio
for
off
single
by
targets
default in
is
OBS.
no longer explosive arrow. What I found to be the best is you actually swap to Scorching Ray. It scales off most of the nodes you're getting anyway, and has a very high base damage and good scaling with a lot of the new supports in 3.0. So you can see for the boss swap weapons, I'm going to throw down my totem, my trap, and my EE. And then we have really no problem just taking the map boss down. It is a bit slow, like I said, but it's quick enough with the new map boss HP that it doesn't really hinder the build too much. And there you have it. Map is done. So the mapping feels the same for the most part. It plays very similarly to
Weapon
pre 3.0.
swap,
The big
Scorching
thing,
Ray.
like I mentioned, double dipping, but you gain Weapon Ellie, which is such a good gem, and it actually scales your hit and your ignite, so it kind of makes up for some of it. But let's get into the gear. Gear is still pretty straightforward for the build. Ideally, you'll have a Combs Heart or your big defensive unique chest piece of choice here. I'm using a Tabula because it's the only real way to get a 6-link reliably in the beta for testing things. You have your Quill Rain, and you have your Devoto's Devotion, which is, you definitely need it for the dex.
Starter
The attack
quick
speed is
build
very nice,
guide.
and the movement speed helps since you don't have a great move skill like Shield Charge. Every other slot
Keep in
can
mind,
pretty much be rares.
this
I'm currently
Waggle
using
is
an
like
Emberwake. I've been playing
one of
around
the
with
top
it.
racers in PoE.
It feels pretty good
so.
to use. The 2 ignites at once with how often you're igniting really helps the pro lifts. And then the quiver, you can see I'm using a rare quiver. A lot of people in the past have gone with rear guard and gotten block related stats off of it, but the projectile damage no longer affects explosive arrow. And since Weapon Ellie on rare quivers does affect it, spike point quivers are really good. You can get the Weapon Ellie, you get the crit chance to proc your Ellie overload, and then you can get some defensive stats like life and resists. But everything else is just rares. You want life, you want mana, you want your resists. That's about all you're really looking for on the
What
rare
kind of
items.
staff
And then
he
the weapon
has,
swap,
then?
I'm
Like
currently
plus-
using a 5-link Searing Touch.
Ah.
It gives a hell of a lot of damage to your Scorching Ray. Really helps with the single target. If you can't afford one of these, I don't know how expensive they're going to be. You could grab a 5-link staff.
They're-
Those are always very cheap. Roll it for +2 fire, regal it, and craft spell damage or something. It should work almost as well. But for the gems, let's get into the gems. Explosive Arrow, there's basically 4 supports right now that I feel like you have to use for the Elementalist version. And there's not really any debate on replacing them, and that would be less duration, always
Yeah.
used in Explosive Arrow. Elemental damage with attacks, like I said, it's a huge multiplier. It affects the hit and it affects the ignite. Same with chance to ignite, it now has more fire damage, which affects
Well,
the hit
I'm
and the ignite,
guessing
and gives you the very consistent ignites.
Up until this point,
which
getting the
synergizes
maps,
really well
you
with Ember
could.
Wake
There's some
specifically,
builds
since
you
you're
could do it
igniting
on
almost
like
every enemy you hit,
a
so
3 or
anything that
4
runs
link.
up late is always going
Uh,
to run into double ignite prolifts.
with the
then
changes
GMP,
to
because
the
you
boss
need
health.
All your arrows for your
Probably
AoE
like
coverage. And
you
the
want a
last gem
5
is the only
or
one that you can
a 5
really
link
toy around with. I think
to
this
do
one comes down to
maps
preference.
because that's what I think
I've
that's
been
what they
using
always
burning damage
intended
a lot
was that you at
lately.
least had a 5 link for
Ever
your
since
main
I
skill.
grabbed the Ember Wake, I feel like it works really well. Alternatively, you can use Fire Pen. This one's more consistent because you're not really relying on ignite damage. You
And
can just kill things
I mean,
up
after
front
the
with your
first couple
hits.
weeks into the
And
league,
maybe it'll be the
tabulas
way
are
to go once you have
fairly
higher
common and
damage,
cheap.
higher level maps, and all that stuff. Because at high
So,
levels, high-end gear,
If you're playing
you should have
softcore
absolutely
and
no
you don't
problem
really
killing
mind about
pretty
dying
much
once in a
all
while,
white
you can
packs
probably
and
get
the
away with
majority
it.
of blue packs by just shooting one stack of
Waggle's
the fuses in.
definitely a bit more
And then for
skilled
the
than your average
flasks,
player.
we've got pretty straightforward. The only thing that would change here is this sulfur flask should be ideally a wise oak for the fire pen, and then if you can balance all your resists, you get the reduced damage as well. But the fire pen on it is very strong if you can grab one of those. Then you want a quicksilver,
So
a granite, or this should be a basalt, silver flask, and your life flask. And for the passive tree, we've got Elementalist, obviously. You get Beacon of Ruin for your pro lift. These are the primordial. Golems are OP. And then Uberlab,
Golems are
get your
OP.
reduced.
I wonder if they fixed the AFK Shaper farming with golems, and I think golems were really the only build that people did, because I think the Shaper only does elemental damage, and you can make them immune to elemental damage, so then they can't die during the Shaper fight, and then you just you have your corpse laying there, and you can get mad loots, yo. Alright, let's verify integrity of game files again. And it looks like it's trying to download again. So, but it's still 0 bytes. Oh, well, it's still technically a map. I don't think they want to stop you from having more than one portal like Labyrinth. So you don't. The only other thing they could do potentially, I guess, which I don't know if people would be happy about, is if you die, setting some sort of timer to send you back to town to resurrect, rather than just letting you sit there for the entirety of the duration of the fight. But I don't know. I'm sure there's probably technical limitations or issues with that kind of an idea too. Oh yeah, well there's people who like have set up, back when piety farming was a thing, people would have like an account that just sat in the ideal layout, and they had a public party and you could use it to get your waypoints for like piety and piety farming and stuff like that. Because you would just keep reloading zones and then try to get the shortest one to piety. So let me refresh. Ooh, what happens when you let an algorithm write the 3.0 patch notes? Do you mean AI, Elon Musk, or Mark Zuckerberg? Okay, so the real patch notes are likely to be available tomorrow. You can now be found in the Fall of Oriath. Well, I don't know if that's true for everybody, since they just released the beta keys for Turmoil League. Fixed a bug where you could force other players into a chat channel. That actually sounds like it could be a thing. And the Hellions and Prisoner's Gate have come down with an infinite duration. Very ominous and prophetic. Fix a bug which could cause incorrect behavior. Well, thank goodness for that. We don't need another Keelwalt. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kiwi something, where all the items in the database got mixed up and you could equip pets. Fixed a possible source of Fortify, not just Vigilant Strike. Well, it would suck if Vigilant Strike was the only way to get Fortify. Item filters can now use it much more quickly. That's actually a thing. This is funny. Slaying Hillock will guarantee that he drops a 3-socket, 3-color starter weapon for your friends. I mean, did they mess up? Because these sound almost like actual patch notes. Physical projectile attack damage support now also uses pathfinding to determine where the item dropped. Aw man, use your projectiles to pick up your items. New support gem, magnetic projectiles. And then they magically pick up all the currency that falls on the ground. Like if you use a loot filter, it'll just pick up everything that shows. A sound is now a single 10-act playthrough. Added a new economy. Hey, there's those trading improvements. Ice Spear now has 3 to 5% chance to ignite. Okay. Ears, No Stone Unturned, Locomancer, and No Loose Ends have been moved closer to the end game labyrinth. I bet they're retiring those so that you can't get those achievements anymore. Kinetic Blast can no longer flee. DirectX 11 is now 30% up from 3%. Okay. Waypoint in the Ebony Barracks has been reduced to 100%. Why would they nerf a waypoint? Dreadwheel monsters can now use Play Alert Sound positional rather than more trap damage at level 1, rather than Play Alert Sound to play Path of Exile 3.0. So, this is to do with loot filters. I don't know, I wonder what Play Alert Sound positional means. Rather than... Because Play Alert Sound just means you can play one of whatever set amount. Wouldn't it be cool if the Play Alert Sound positional was how you pointed to like a short MP3 file or something, like sound file on your computer, and then it would play whatever sound you wanted to set? All prophecies, hideouts, Forsaken Masters, and Labyrinth Trials have been disabled. Well, I think Moors might be happy about that. We're going back to old school PoE. All of your old characters and items are still present in the Cruel Labyrinth. Nessa's model has been renamed Shrieker. The Divination card stash tab now loads the card art in the middle of a benefit for fire characters. We've made this change to the sewers. Fix the bug where Lightning Warp Remote Mine could prevent you from interacting with NPCs. Fix the bug where monsters could turn to a gateway in Japan to play Path of Exile's story. The only monster allowed would, of course, be Godzilla. Everybody else is not allowed. Puncture and Viper Strike now have a hidden damage multiplier that would cause spontaneous hair growth or a 4-linked rare item. Well, I like my odds. Because I'll take either of those at this point. Bleeding doesn't do extra damage. Yeah, hair growth. I don't even, like, is there anything in the game that has, that would refer to hair growth? What I'm guessing is there's two different patch, notes. One that specifies something about hair, and the other one about growth. Maybe we're getting hair physics. Bleeding doesn't do extra damage while the target is stationary, making it a more versatile source of desync with Blink Arrow and Mirror Arrow. Desync is back. Fire traps, damage over time, and pierce have been buffed, bringing them on par with the bandits, have been renamed Port. Bleeding and poison are left click and right click. Well, that would have been okay, 2.6. 3.0, people are not going to be happy that poison and bleed are your left and right click. Remove the Cruel Labyrinth, the Merciless Labyrinth. You must complete the Cruel Labyrinth. You must use this before allocating or funding any other waypoint. Plus 15% to all attacks, not just melee. Puncture's description has been reduced to 35%. Glacial Hammer now has 3 to 5% chance to poison on the character select screen. Once again, poison OP. The join button for races would not remove the buffs being granted by Headhunter. Aramir grants 2 passive skill points if you receive a whisper while it is enraged, is now more rewarding. Nice. Dying Exile's voice acting has been updated. Huh. I wonder what they're referring to. Oh, I bet the Dying Exile... Maybe the Dying Exile drops a 3-socket item for your class. So like a 3 red or something. Players who want to change their bandit reward choice will have immediate access to maps. Bleeding doesn't do extra damage while the weapon is in the cruel and merciless difficulty levels. That's a good question. I don't know whose voice acting they would have updated. Maybe Aramir? Because they didn't really list a whole lot of NPCs in here, so it could potentially be the Dying Exile or Aramir, I would think. And you can no longer exist. Very existential. Alright, let me check and see. Am I actually downloading? No. Alright, let me restart Steam. Am I actually exited? Yes. It's like I did all this stuff to make the stream look nicer, and I don't have a game to stream. Alright. Let's see. Let's switch from best to new. Patch now incoming. What? I didn't get an actual patch. Well, we'll wait. Let it go through. Oh, I can look at the freaking challenges. What am I doing? Let me go to Path of Exile. Index. Announcements. Alright, let me try this. So I like the eyes. Those are pretty cool. I don't know why people are complaining. They don't look that bad. So... well, here we go. So, defeat a Harbinger. Alright, let me check and see. One other thing. 0 out of 0. Use currency items. Nothing too rare. Not too bad. Kill a rogue shadow. Interesting. Rogue shadow. I wonder if that's like a fancy version of a rogue exile. Maybe it's a rogue exile being controlled by a harbinger. Clear of all side area, pretty standard. Open strong boxes. None of those look super rare or terrible to find. Vendor recipes, not too bad. Defeat each of the following harbingers. So these skills, I wonder if they're going to be like enchantments then. Because I know you can get the harbingers as like summons essentially on those unique items. So I wonder if they're specifically targeted towards skills. Complete these encounters. Possess monster bloodline essence. Wow. Complete encounters 1. So can't wait to see 2. Defeat act bosses. Kill unique monsters. I don't think any of these. I think most of those will be okay. Quests are quests, those won't be terrible. 500 Harbinger summons, that probably won't be terribly hard. 1000 rare monsters wasn't super hard. Defeat all the gods. Kill the Vol bosses. This might be a little time consuming, but usually you can grind out most of them. Identify 100 unique items, that's not too terrible. Complete encounters 2. Rare monster with inner treasure is not bad. Kill a monster with at least 3 essences. Well, that might become a chore. Living Bloodline Pack isn't terrible. Echoing Shrine. Kill monsters touched by tormented spirits, 250. At least so far it's not like possessed by a tormented spirit. I'm surprised if there's a third one. I'm betting there's going to be kill a harbinger or defeat a harbinger possessed by a tormented spirit. Defeat the rest of the act bosses. Use currency items. Uh-oh. So here's probably a hard one. Because it's possible that some of these don't drop normally and you only can get them by crafting them with the shards. Level these masters. So 6 of these to level 6, that shouldn't be too terrible. Level 6 pretty easy. Claim these essences. That one is sometimes tricky. Usually I can get 3 out of 4. Defeat map harbingers. If there's not a way to force harbingers, I guess that shouldn't be too bad. I guess it just depends on where they spawn and how often in maps. Encounter. Complete these encounters 3. Open a Diviner's Strongbox. Open a Parandus Trove. So Xana's gonna get her League mods back probably then. Since none of this stuff spawns normally, and they're not bringing League Stones back, so these gain splinters from unique breach monsters. I'm guessing these are all going to be Xana mods. Unless they're bringing some form of well, no. I guess the other way it could be is Sextants. Or, So it could be Sextants or it could be Xanamods. Fully upgrade your hideout. Defeat the Pale Council. Okay. Why is that a thing? Defeating the Pale Council hasn't been a thing for a while. So those prophecy chains are going to go up in price, even though the reach has been nerfed like twice. Kill a Breach Lord. That's not too bad. Achieve Ascension. Kill Harbinger Map Boss. Defeat the Harbinger Map Boss in an area of level 75 or higher. I don't know how hard these are going to be, because I don't know. I don't know how rare Harbinger bosses, map bosses are going to be. Complete unID'd rare maps, 10 of the 16, that's not too bad. Reach level 90, that's not too bad. Level up a gem to 20 isn't terrible. Fully upgrade any 5 of the following Pantheon powers. Complete twinned maps up to tier 15. That's going to be not terrible, just going to have to buy stuff to get it. Well, actually, I don't know if this is going to be terrible, because supposedly they buffed boss life a bunch. So, complete maps with 8 mods. That's, it's going to be annoying, but doable. Just have to pay for some of the clears, I guess. Complete unique maps. Complete any of the 12 following 16 unique maps. As long as that one card, the Encroaching Darkness or whatever, that gives you a random corrupted unique map, exists and is still as plentiful as it was in the past leagues, then this shouldn't be too terrible. Probably still have to end up buying some of them. Defeat map bosses. 1,337. Is that supposed to be a joke? Like Leet? Talking Leet speak here. Complete the Alluring Abyss. Kill the Shaper. So those shouldn't be too bad to pay for. Complete following encounters. What is this? Kill Itziri, Queen of the Vaal, without anyone in party taking damage from any of her storm calls. So these are new. I don't... Okay. I mean, the Itziri one's fine, because you can just stand outside the room and have whoever. I mean, so like I guess it depends on how much they buffed her health, but I can do that with I did that with the Ancestral War Chief a few times. Kill Rekdar the Breaker without anyone in party taking damage from his Leap Slam. I think that's that map boss, that's the giant goat dude. So... But this one, these are actually kind of interesting. Because they're like actual challenges. Like you actually have to do something. Oh, good lord. Click the wrong thing. Yeah. If my game would like to update at any point today, so I could actually play. Come on. This is so irritating. Well, it's Steam. It's Steam and PoE, but probably more so Steam. Like, I don't know. Path of Exile is the only game I ever have this problem with. Like, I don't understand. How did I open? Oh, yeah. Go back. $34 megabyte patch. I guess I'll restart Steam again? I don't know. Some people are saying they got it like 24 minutes ago, so I don't know what the hell is going on with my Steam. Oops. I guess I'll just try playing and see what happens. Okay. Oh yeah, let me know if you can hear the actual game sound. What was I doing with this character again? I don't remember where I was pathing to. Probably down here. Okay. Let me turn it down a little bit. And let me know. So hopefully it doesn't crash on me. I'm not sure. And then maybe I can actually make it through the pyramid this time. And okay, that's good. Yeah, it's because I have everything feeding through the voice meter, and so then OBS was playing was picking up my desktop audio and the voice meter, and then so it was doubling all the sound, which I'm not sure exactly why, because I told it to only pick up the sound from the voice meter. But I've made it further than I did before without crashing, so maybe I just updated without noticing. I don't know, it was only 34 megabytes, so I didn't... Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But those challenges where you have to do like all the... Yeah. The challenges... Oh, that was interesting. The challenges is where you, like, have to avoid taking damage and stuff. What is happening right now? Getting a crazy lag spike. Check my latency here. Guess I should grab these because most of my stuff is garbage. Let's see. So, yeah, I mean, these are better no matter what. I don't even need to look. Not enough links. I'm in desperate need of updating my loot filter, but I don't remember what I have showing and not showing from 2.6. So I stopped playing like probably a third of the way into Legacy League after I got all the challenges. So I'll have to add the shards in my new filter. And then make sure I'm not hiding too much stuff in the beginning. Yeah, I know. I should have been updating that. Need to... Now I get all the life flasks. Okay, grab this waypoint. I don't think I get anything quest reward wise. Well, I don't know why they would reward me for making everything super dark. Probably wouldn't.
Travel far.
Sell these so I can get some chromes in case I need them later.
Going?
Stash this in here. Well, I'm almost to the level where I need it. Yes, I enjoy Groost's saltiness. It certainly makes coming back to town totally worth it.
Hello.
I think that's good. So now I have to fumble my way through the pyramid and try and find my way up. Rainbows? Did somebody have an MTX or something? I must have not noticed. Or are you talking about like, does it look like the Aurora Borealis? Because there are fireworks that they had like limited time available that you could buy that look like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, going into town totally breaks my immersion of this dark, gritty fantasy game as I run through this map, blinding my enemies with my sheer golden brilliance. Alright, so now I'm in the Ancient Pyramid proper. Most of the layouts in here are somewhat circular, so it's just a matter of like not hitting a dead end. And then as you progress upwards, each area gets smaller. So the first level is always the largest and generally my worst time trying to find my way through. But looks like I might have gotten lucky and just picked the right way this time. I'm not a high enough level yet. I don't know how I'm under leveled for my gems. And I just like... I don't think I died. Right? Is it slash death? Or... yeah. I have died 0 times. Oh, not that way. Okay. It also figures that testing my new stream settings and I'm totally in the dark rather than having like actual normal lighting, so I can't really tell, or I'm not going to be able to tell fairly easily whether or not the changes have been successful. But yeah, I think the main thing is that I was trying to, yeah, when I was reading up on the settings, and I'm pretty sure I changed it originally, like when I was playing the other games on my older computer, that you're supposed to downscale it to like is it 1280 by 720 or something? And I think I did that on the other one, but I didn't do it on this one, which is why it looked grainy and blurry. Man, it has been a while since I've actually had in-game music on. When it did that like little bit in the beginning for the music, I thought the game was stuttering. Ouch. Bruh. Bruh.
Cannot do this yet.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain if it stays out all day, but... get the little stragglers. Should be dead, right? Yeah, there you go. Take that because the connections are good. Take that in case there's like decent stats on it. And while I'm waiting for that to open, oops.
I give this warrior of Kitava to you, Tukohama, my
Oh,
father
that's
of
cool.
war.
Life, dodge, and nothing else. Forced. That's not where I wanted to go.
It is good to feel your warmth again, Ramako, father of light.
Four-link blue. Not anything I'm interested in. Grab that heavy belt while Clarissa takes her sweet time standing up. Alright. Okay, this way over here. This place for... We'll just be on our way. So does the minimap just must point a little arrow towards anything of interest when it's sort of off screen? Okay. Oh yeah, a little bit. Should be swap. And then I'll have enough to upgrade that when I get in town. Jump down. So what I like to do is, instead of running into town, because it feels like it takes forever, I'll just make a new zone and then run back to the waypoint, and then I get some more experience and I can just waypoint into the town and talk to whoever I need to. I'm sure if I was like a racer guy or something, I would just walk into town and then restart and waypoint in from wherever you load up from. Streaming mouse today. Augmentation orb. Jewelers. Okay. New help page unlocked. Ascendancy classes. I wonder if it's based on level, because like maybe they just assume that you should be in Sarn at this point, and they're like, "Hey, ascendancies," or if it knew that I was near town.
Hello.
All right, so I gotta go rescue Toman. Oh, that's trash. Most rares are at this point. And I can sell
a stranger will.
these. Upgrade that potion. Alright. On our way. So I just gotta find the crematorium. There's the sewers, so the crematorium is usually on in the other direction, I think. Maybe it's this way. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, obviously not that way.
You there, a moment of your time.
Assassinate the target within the time limit. My favorite kind of a reaching mission. So we pointed this way. Let's see where he's at. Hopefully it's not the Sparker dude. Yep. It is the Crypt inspired one. Supposedly. Good Lord, I cannot see a thing. So there's Ruchi. This is another place that I always have trouble finding piety and atonement. Well, I didn't get to him in time. He has been immortalized. Immortalize him. Might as well do this since I'm here. There's the switch. Steps are still a little hot. There we go.
Allow your wisdom to be tempered by the flames of the past.
Wait, did I grab the waypoint? I might not have grabbed the waypoint. I sometimes forget to grab the waypoint in this place. Oh, I should grab that. That might be okay. Yeah, that's better than what I'm doing right now, right? 304. Oh yeah. Lol. And I can equip a second-hander, or second one-handed weapon. Ouch. Okay. So... Man, it'd be great if I could find where the hell Pie's hanging out. Let's get this guy. Rusted coifs for everyone. Great sword. Might as well just equip this, right? Just because reasons. 69. It only gives me 9 point DPS boost. That's funny. There's the hate beat. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. It's gotta be over here, right? Please. What? The unique monster for this area is Hatebeat, and that just reminded me of The Office because I watched that recently.
To be realistic, aren't you, brute?
Yeah, in Battlestar Galactica, Jim Halpert dresses up as Dwight and pretends to be him, like talk like him. And one of the things it says is airs, boots, Battlestar Galactica. Because those are 3 things that Dwight enjoys. Oh, is that a thing? No. Alright, so just gonna go back to town and tell Clarissa her bow is dead.
See you. See you.
Hold on to this. Can't remember when you can stop upgrading them. But I should be getting some more gems.
Goodbye.
Anger, Warlord's Mark, Determination, Vengeance, Punishment. I want Warlord's Mark for sure.
General Governors, why
So
are
when
you
I get
still
the cast on
standing?
damage set up.
Victaria was a poet.
Yeah, I don't remember what level I need to get that to. Let me check. I think I have a list somewhere. World Mark level 7. Okay, so I'll click that now then. And I can occasionally cast it, I suppose. Oh yeah, I don't need to take the look. It's probably faster to just go.
Hello.
I think I want hatred too. I guess I'll get Purity of Elements.
Watch yourself.
In case I get to a point where my resists. I think I'm in desperate need of something.
How you doing?
Save me one-handed weapons I can like buy. Nothing. Well, I guess I could do this for now. Should definitely be leveling up. Hatred.
Don't do anything I
But I'm not going to buy anything to do it. I'll just pick something up on the way. Alright. Next area is the sewer, which we already found up here. Yeah, that's true. I haven't either, but I haven't really gone out of my way to look for anything either. I suppose I could, at the next waypoint, I could go and check out Dread Thicket and see if there's any new stuff in there. Guarded by 3 packs of magic monsters. It's nothing super scary. What? Yeah, 1226. Check those out. Oh, that's two-handed. Well, this is already better. Right? Let's see. 460. No, because it's not as fast. Fire, lightning, life. Okay. Is there... And then, should be coming up on the butthole. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is different. Normally the stash is like in a giant square area, not off to the side like this. I thought that's what I was coming up on, was the butthole, but it was a stash. Oh, see, there's the butthole. See it winking at you? Wink. Well, you know.
Don't do anything I would.
Not as everything that seems somewhat mildly okay. Attacks per second 1.4, 1.4, 21 to 39. $42 to $63. I mean, it does elemental damage, right? Oh no, that's the mace. Or that, yeah. There's a 4-link. Not many colors I need. I guess I'll just do... Whatsoever. Go down this way. And then... What? So let's go see if anything's different with Dread Thicket. Dread Thicket is almost always like right across this way. Ah, well, let's see what that is. Hey, a reload. And I gotta see. Stop accidentally clicking that. Fire cold. Well, this is definitely better than that. But I don't have a green on it. Yellow. I'm okay with this. We will move this to here. I still have like the least impact on my damage, I think. Okay. Let me just drop that. Do a little bit of rearranging. Damage is the same as no, that's the huh? Oh. Did they change the layout of this place too? Yeah, they made the waypoint a lot closer to the entrance. So it used to be like halfway up. And then the Dread Thicket would be directly across from it. Yeah, well, it certainly helps. My odds certainly increase when my damage is, or my current gear is absolute garbage. I mean, at this point I would take a 4-link over anything else and then just use one of my essences on it and hope that I get something good. So far I don't see anything different. ID this. Oh god. Alright, well that ice snowblood didn't kill me, even though I didn't get away in time. Superior flask. There's like a little abandoned village where the monkey bosses hang out. From the last time I was here. Yeah, here it is. Should be coming up on them. But... So... this all seems fairly standard. Nothing looks too different. No broken waypoints. Alright.
Going.
Excellent. I just want to equip this. So that's... Wait, why can't I... Oh. Didn't that used to make a noise? Yeah, flasks. Apparently, flasks are don't have their sound effects in the game right now. That's weird. Really? I swear they did. It's odd to me that everything else does then. Revive with onslaught. As long as he doesn't port right on top of me right away. Should be safe. Mallet, this could be good. Big money, no whammies. Alright, so I'm going to pick this shield up in the idea that this mallet's going to be so good that I wasted my time picking up the shield. My dastardly plan did not work. Ooh. I think I have shield MTXs. Oh wait, no. Alright, so the question is, do I want the Radiant, or do I want the Badge of Mirth? Or do I want the Yaksha? Probably not the Yaksha. Let's do Radiant, because it's just over the top gaudy. Yeah, I don't know. With those kind of things, I'm always skeptical on whether or not it's just RNG or if if they did actually, like, up the chances of getting rare chests and stuff. I am the Golden God.
Tartary slaves were once bought and sold by the big seal.
Ha ha ha. My resolute technique doesn't care about your shroud. I wonder if they updated this to be less obnoxious too. Well, dang. I'm gonna when I get back to town, I'm gonna throw a essence at that and see if I get something good. But figures, I pick up a shield so that I can skin it, and then I get a 4-link mallet. And go with that, because I can use another 4-link. And then start leveling up purity developments in case I need it.
In hope that someone will remain. Someone may remember. The sun is an orb of blood. Twisted twilight shrouds my eyes.
What is going on with this layout? Like where? Oh.
Sun has plunged into nightmare.
My brain just automatically assumed the map ended because of this barrier of these the arches here.
Writhing red tentacles grow from his face, as if his eyes had been seeds waiting to sprout. It's quiet now, my waiter. No more cackling, screaming, dead. Of my fellow patrons, only 2 live. The others have fallen.
Wow, I am not hitting that guy at all.
The survivors, gemlings both, their skin shrivels and grays to the hue of necrosis. Their gems flare unholy luster, their eyes black as hatred. A gemling ghoul, it twisted off a corpse's head, gnaws at skull-like dog. My head now, visions clawing at me. Thinking burns. I see horror. Envy the mute corpses at my feet. Words flay me. Flee me. Oh. all is madness.
Yeah. It's very HP Lovecraft for sure. Where's the waypoint? Impassioned. I can never find a waypoint in the marketplace. And there should be sewers around here somewhere too, so I can pick up the other bust. Oh wait. Did I pick it up? Did I just... Where's the sewers then? Did they change how the market sewers work? I don't see it anywhere. Alright, well, since I'm here, I might as well go into the catacombs and do the trial. And then when after I do the trial, I'll go into town and throw a essence at this weapon I picked up. Oh, not that way. What? What? Why can't I jump that gap? Wait for it. Oop, wait for it. Go.
An emperor must bear two blades. Hope in the left hand.
Alright, is there... Does this place have a waypoint? I mean, I don't really need to come back here now that I have the trial done, so... Better. No, and there's same for you. We go to my essences. I guess I'll just do this. 31 to 57. It's a little bit better, but the attack speed's a lot lower, so... But I also get a 4th link, which might be worth it. Well, we can check it. This DPS would be fairly straightforward with these links. There's not any like hidden DPS mechanics going on. Added fire. Where's that? Oh yeah, so that's like 100 more. So I guess I'll keep that. Leap slam, faster attack. Rallying cry, warlord's mark. Where's my leap slam? That's not what I want to put there either. There we go. Put this in here, put this in here. Where's my current helmet? It's just a white helmet. Okay. So currently this is better. Period. Other than... No, the connections are good too. So let's just throw body armor, avoid lightning damage, maximum DS. None of these are really good. But this has never been decent for me to use anyways, so I might as well just do it now. Oh, we got some life. It's better than nothing. Chapter, faster attacks, and now we can level up Blessing of the Elements and not missing any sockets. Actually, hold on to this. And put this over here. Yep. Organized.
It would be wrong to do that here.
It would be wrong to do that here. I gotta rebind all this. Accessory protector. Is there anything else I want? No. Slums, sewers. Maybe they moved the bus to after the Undying Blockade? I don't know. That seems pretty weird. Oh, I can do like 6 attacks. That's not terrible. Alright. To the battlefront. Yeah, I guess not. I didn't see the sewer anywhere. Oh my god. Accidentally. It switches to Leap Slam. I thought that was Leap Slam. Oh, this is questionable. Having a dead end right at the start. That's not... That was never like that before. Okay, so the waypoint's usually down here along with the ribbon. Oh snap! Woo! I do like the new volatiles, they're pretty cool. Waypoint, and then your thing's fighting. there's coming after me. Alright. So then what I like to do, so I only have to visit Diala once, I'll go here and I usually pick up the Infernal Talc or whatever the hell it's called. The thing you throw at the butthole to open it. Tight butthole. That's loose butthole. Yes, those are pretty good. Oh, good lord. Well, that could be good. That. It looks like they tightened up the fog as well. So I remember it used to be really, like, it just was like over everything, but now you can actually see the fog in the lower level. And then as you go down, it sort of fades away, which is nice, because it seemed a little too heavy-handed when they first introduced it.
My mind is gone.
Yeah, yeah. But overall, I mean, I didn't play with the performance improvements on my old machine, so I don't actually... I imagine it's better, but even so, with all my new stuff, I'm really happy with how smooth the game's been running. Yes. It is. Because I think once 3.0 drops, there's no longer going to be a choice between DX11, DX9, and DX9 Extreme, or whatever that third option is. Oh, neat. I forgot I didn't actually do the Fairgraves quest, so he's not dead yet. Oops, spoilers. Wink. So... yeah, I mean, if I had an Xbox One, I would totally check out the PoE beta. As much as, you know, people were complaining about it, and it was kind of like, you know, it seemed like it was out of the blue announcement. I would still totally check it out. Just to see, like, performance and how it translates to a controller. I know playing the game with a controller is possible on the PC, because I've seen some posts about it before. And there's even some, at least one streamer who plays... I don't actually know what his setup is. His name's No Hands Ken. but he plays with some non-standard setup. I'm pretty sure. Well, 68 to 92. Man. I really want to use that axe, but it's got no... I've got nowhere to transition any of that foil link. And it has no colors. I shouldn't have even ID'd it. Just let myself down for disappointment. Alright. Move this way. So I don't know. Well. Yeah. If I keep going this way, I'll get more decks, which will help. If I go up here, well, here's the thing. If I go up here, I can socket this and use that one jewel that gives the quest jewel that gives 20 decks and 6 to all resists or whatever. And that's basically like 2 for the price of 1. And then if I need it, I can pick up more of the elemental resist stuff here. And I can go for more life too. So I might do that. I don't know. I'll think about it.
How you doing?
Yeah. That looks good. Oops. Do these upgrade? Let me see.
Hello.
They do upgrade, so let's just do that. So I'm ready. Okay, maybe we want to go back to Battlefront. So we can go talk to Diallo. Yeah, that Scorpion is pretty sweet. I think it was in one of the mystery boxes. So, even if it... I don't need to do that quest right now. I'll go back and do it eventually, but I just want to progress a little bit. If I need to, like, usually I like to save up those points for if I find a really good piece of gear or something that I totally need, like, extra dex or intelligence, and then I can just pick it up by going and doing one of those quests. And then allocating the points for the stat increase. This might get me killed. My resists are kind of shit. Silver coin. Grab that. If I get one more giant life flask, I can upgrade it to the next level. So, okay, that is. The only thing in the game that I know of as far as like cosmetic things that you can't get is the albino Roa that the one Exile has. I mean, outside of like the people who paid $12,000 to have their own monster in the game.
This is the eternal way.
Everything else you would have been able to get through races or challenges and stuff like that. There was a picture of somebody in town with like a gem dog, like a gemling dog. And I still haven't ever seen it in the game. So I don't know if if that was like they paid $12,000 just to have their own pet and didn't actually want it in the game, or if they... What is this? This is Solaris 1, right? Why is there a waypoint at Solaris 1? I loved farming this place. Yeah, so I still haven't seen it in the game. I don't know if it's like exists, if it's ever gonna... Well, I know it exists, but I just don't know if it's ever gonna be in the game or what.
My mind is gone.
Curse. Gem cutter. Superior. I don't know why I'm picking these up. It's not like I'm playing an actual league where I'm going to sell these or anything. It's just out of habit. Which, I'd rather have the habit than lose it and then never forget to pick things up when we're playing an actual league. Oh, oh my gosh. Wow, this is 28 fire resist. I don't know why resist right now. Obviously not capped, but what happens if I do this? $37 intelligence. I need that dex. Yep, a couple more days, and it is full 3.0. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to the new content by then, at the rate that I'm going. But we shall see. We'll just call this de-rusting. Well, there's Diala. Did they finally make this like a reasonable size and not super convoluted? Yeah, go ahead and ask me.
My mana is gone.
What's your question, Pierre? Do I have any good uniques or currency on standard? Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, I have years and years worth of tabs in standard, which it would take me so much time to try and find anything because they don't put them in there in any sort of semblance of order. So,
We'll talk again soon.
I mean, I don't have any, like, of the good relics that existed. I only opened a few of the ancient reliquaries, and most of the items I got were a hot steaming pile of garbage. So, I don't really have anything that I could give you that would be worth it,
We'll talk again soon.
or that's build enabling.
You may go.
I just played I played a slightly modified version of Zizarin's Ancestral Warchief. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, stop doing what I'm doing to give you currency. So, I don't, like, did you not play the League? Is that... Or are you just trying to make a bunch of different builds? Alright. Did I ID the necklace? Well, giving you a bunch of uniques now, though, wouldn't necessarily do you any good, though, right? Or currency, because it's a fresh economy, so you'd be starting basically at 0. Did I not select the reward? I thought I grabbed a Dex Amulet from you. Oh, I did. I just blanked on the fact that I literally threw it on the ground 2 seconds ago. I don't think I'm gonna check, just because I want to try and get to the new content. I haven't played the beta at all, so I'm gonna pass. But you can definitely stick around and ask me any kind of questions you want. I've been playing for a while, so I might be able to answer some of them. I'm not the greatest player. Let's see.
My mana is gone.
Besides, that giving out currency is not a trend I would particularly want to start. Like, if I give it to you, then I'd have to give it to everyone, kind of deal. So I'd rather just not give currency out to anyone. At least not if I'm going to be getting, you know, like, an actual trade out of it. So we really need to do. I think if I'm going to fight Piety, I'll probably have to run Purity of Elements because I do not have enough resists at the moment to survive either of her phase, any three of her phases really.
You there. Let me bend your ear for a minute.
Ear bent. So go up here and then I can grab that jewel socket. This is the dummy one.
If you're going to lose, at least lose with style. Ha! Best fun you can have on your feet.
Missed
Now
one.
that-
Well. This is killing me. Let's see. Weird. Why is my map like this? I wasn't here before.
My mana is gone.
Whoa. Why is it revealed like this? I'm so confused. This is better. Got 4 charges versus... Yeah, I wonder if it's they somehow made it so like doing doing Solaris reveals some of the Lunaris map, like reveals it. Because like there's this like sort of foggy little bit here. Oh, is that Brutus? Or not Brutus, but Cole.
I cannot do this yet.
Yeah, you can. Hey, we did it. Oh yeah, if patch notes come out tomorrow, I guess we'll find out whether or not they're going to keep the changes to the power and power charges and God, why am I blanking on what the green charges are? There's power charges, endurance charges, and then frenzy charges, that's right. Press F to pay respect.
What's going on?
They must have gotten rid of those marketplace sewers. That's the only thing I can think of. So I guess I need to go back into the sewers and check? I don't know. Not level 30 yet. And we have this. Let's go here. The one thing about streaming is people will find out about all my illogical, weird-ass organizations in my #1 tab. Which one's the divination one? Alright. Although watching some people who just throw stuff in wherever, like, bothers me too. Oh, that's right. I killed.
Why
What's
are
his
you
name?
still standing
I guess I'll grab Ancestral War Chief so I
Why
can
are
start
you still
leveling that as my
there? I will
backup.
see you again.
Still breathing, eh?
Still breathing, eh? Any four-length boots or gloves? No. None of these are probably. I should check them just to be safe. I have Ancestral Protector, not Ancestral War Chief. I don't remember what the difference is. It gives me more attack speed. Wait, is this 10% less attack speed, like, if I'm near it? Or just the totem itself? No, it's gotta be the totem itself has 10% less. I mean, that would be crazy if it was... Yes, War Chief does use your weapon. That's why the face breakers are so good with it, because it's just like scales the physical damage to the moon. Oh no, that was not a reference to spousal abuse. I do not condone any such actions. Alright.
Stay out of the shadows.
Brain is...
Need something?
What other skills? Anything I need? Cyclone, Earthquake. I don't think so. What should you play in 3.0?
Watch yourself.
I thought you were going to do the Ice Trap. I mean,
Goodbye.
with the way apparently boss health is going, though, that might be pretty rough. I don't, like, at least to me, it seems like most trap builds, with how much health the bosses apparently have. I don't know, like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I can only imagine that you're gonna be running out of traps, like, really early on in the fight. Which is why was that new chest unique?
My money is gone.
The Tinker's Wrap, or whatever the hell it's called. I just call everything Wrap because why not? Ooh, nice. There's some Trapper's chest that was recently released and then quickly invalidated by the change to, like, charges. I can't remember if that gives you an additional mine and trap, because I feel like it should. You could do the classic bear trap ignite build where you just like focus all of your damage on the initial bear trap hit to make a really fat ignite that melts bosses and proliferates to everything else. Okay. So where is this other bust? Well, I mean, I told you last league that you should have played Ancestral War Chief. So, that's... seems like it's still going to be pretty strong. The other option is... I mean, you can just go straight up Sunder. I don't know. I guess it depends on what, like, what style of gameplay you're looking for, or if you're just looking for something easy to do, or... trying to think what... I mean, do you want this? Do you want the skills to look cool, or do you want it to be, you know, something that you're not going to be dying like every 5 seconds?
My money is gone.
There it is. Yeah, so they got rid of the marketplace sewers.
This land has forgotten my strength. I will remind
Yeah, I mean, those are the only two options. The skill looks nice, or you actually survive maps and stuff. Oops. I kind of want to check out the new lightning skill, but I know I'd probably regret it, because it seems like most people, when outside of a few streamers, a lot of people just play pretty standard early game, early league builds. Lord, it's already starting. I survive okay with Ice Trap. I thought you said you were dying a bunch when you were playing it. Oh, they got this. Oh, the summoner was? What kind of summoner were you playing? Because SRS, like, should be really strong early game. Now this is a pretty sweet looking setup. Oh, yeah. No, you should do, if you want to do a summoner, you could do SRS. But yeah, this is like sick. Is that, yeah, that fist thing is an MTX, right? That's not like an actual piece of gear, is it? It looks like they have a blade on the end of it. Can't actually tell. It's been a while since I've like purchased any more microtransactions.
The Beatles poet.
People's poet.
Don't do anything I would.
Hold on to this in case I get an essence worth throwing onto it. Oh. Yeah, I missed him. I would do 2 Quicksilver Flasks, but I'm actually kind of hurting for mana. Oh, that's right. Now that I have that, let's go to jewels. And we can just put this in. Mars is where I need to go. Isn't there a way to like zoom out and look at the world map? I guess I should put a menu. Oh, I guess that is technically the world map. Skills. Man, if only the glossary also had like all the acronyms people make for skills and everything.
Piety, you are truly Kitava's slave, daughter of corruption.
Look, tentacled miscreations. Because that's their appropriate in-game name. I remember when, like, getting to this area of the game was super scary. 'Cause, I mean, well, you could still die, but it's definitely less frightening than it was before, because you could get like cursed and you get cursed and then the tentacle miscreations will just mow you down. This was also one of the better areas to like farm and grind back when Dominus was the final boss. Level is this too? I gotta remember to not level it up past I think it's 7. So, there. Trying to go in the direction that Vegan pointed so I can get the master experience. I still haven't found like a Haku or anything to get to level 3 so I can make a hideout. Oh yeah, that's right, Varici. Vegan is lend me your ear. Let me bend your ear. Something about bending and things that rhyme with rear. Oh, I can do new life lists too. Alright, so we'll be over here. Where are you? Did you call your mom?
My money is gone.
Where are you? Good lord, I have vulnerability and I think that guy does some sort of degen.
Even the finest thread.
That could be potentially good. That could be good. Colossal Life Blast. Yeah, let's it's got increased attack speed as well. What time does she get out of work? Ooh, that's really good for resist. A lot of cold and lightning resist. 39 cold and 39 lightning resist. So, let's look at my defense here. Yeah, cold I'm almost capped all of a sudden. With just one ring dropping. And fire I'm not super worried about as much as I am for the cold and lightning that she does. So that's good. That makes me more comfortable with the upcoming fight. Obviously I don't want to be face tanking her ice shot, but whoa. Oh, I ran out of mana. God, I need to fix my mana issue.
You've done your ancestors proud, Cup. Now, here's your warrior's death. Do the honorable thing and die!
You see pieties from the Klingon school of thought in honorable deaths in battle. What? How are you not dead?
Damn you!
I will take everything Dominus loves, as he took it from me.
Let's see. I wonder, can names have punctuation? Like, can they have a period in it? 'Cause I'm wondering if I should if I'm going to use these MTXs for 3.0, if I should reserve a name and just do the Dennis system as my name, like spell out Dennis but with a period in each one, and then it'll be a reference to It's Always Sunny because I'll be the Golden God, right?
Talakura.
Don't do anything I would.
Tread carefully.
The other option is to just name it Golden God or I Am the Golden God. Wait. Oh, you only get one passive point from piety now instead of 2. And let's spread them out a little bit. I need to pick up some more health. Like, I really don't have Haku?
Good timing, boy.
Gosh. Anyway, I think I have at least one person at level 3. Okay, so I need to go back to the Ebony Barracks. And then head on into the gardens. No. Tora's a little bit more dangerous because she spawns... I know some of them you don't run into... Like, you run into Haku and Elrion, at least initially. Those are the only ones you have a chance to run into. But Tora, yeah, I haven't run into Tora or Katarina. That way's the library, which... I do need the library, because I think I need... I can't remember what support gun that gives me. Is it cast on damage? I don't think I'm high enough level for that yet. I mean, the problem is I was trying to sort of write out a loose guide on when and where to pick up all the gems and stuff, but without trying to spoil too much. But none of that information's in the wiki, so really I can only base off level requirements and kind of guess as to when I'm supposed to be getting them. I mean, some of them, the quests still give out the same rewards, but... Alright, so I got Siosa, got the waypoint, leveled up.
I am honored to serve you, my ancestor.
Pick up this big life chunk here, and if it puts me over 1k, I'll be happy. Because Dominus doesn't have any fire damage, it's all lightning, which I'm capped on, so I don't have to worry too much with that. I think, though, if I play this build again for actual 3.0, you have to go to the trapper chest isn't going to be on the wiki. I don't think the wiki updates until the API. Like, I don't know when the wiki updates. I don't think it's done. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense to be done by hand, because that'd just be too much. So, it might be some sort of API pull. But it would be on a forum post, an announcement, so if you go into the index. But like, when Legacy League started and they had introduced that one hammer that looks like an anchor, it's like a level 68 unique maul or something, or mallet, I don't remember. It wasn't showing up on the wiki, the PoE wiki, or... No, I have it backwards. I think PoE Trade doesn't update unless the wiki does it. I think it does an API pull from that, because for the longest time that hammer wasn't on the wiki, and so it wasn't showing up as an option in PoE Trade. But I don't know how the wiki updates. I don't know if they just wait until official 3.0 releases, or if somebody goes in and does all that stuff by hand. I know one of the moderators, I think it was one of the moderators, or somebody who did the wiki, who ran it for a really long time, was basically told by Curse to shove it. And they handed over wiki moderation to somebody else. But yeah, like the first couple days of the... If there's any new uniques, usually PoE Trade doesn't have it for the first, like, week. So you just have to search by, like, base type. Because you can't just do a text search, right? With PoE Trade, which makes sense. Probably just for the sake of sanity and efficient searching. Almost all entries, as far as, like, unique names, you can't just type in and search. Like, it's all autofill stuff. So I just don't know where he pulls the list of items from. And I really hate this. Like, in Masters, the layout for this place was amazing, and people would just farm it for hours grinding Masters. And then GGG didn't like that, so they changed the layout and then reduced the chances of Masters, I think, in here. Oh. Yeah, I'm really surprised that that doesn't give you another, like, an additional miner trap. they'd almost have to give in the frenzy charge stuff. Oh, you're talking about like revert the changes? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. It's sort of like so back when they first introduced Labyrinth and then had all the Ascendancy points, and they were super strong, and then they gave everybody 2 more Ascendancy points, and you know, Morris said, put it really well, like, they can't really, if things are allowed to be a certain way for so long, it's really hard to change them back. Or like, completely change them. Because Frenzy Charges didn't always give the more multiplier it does now. But, you know, once the community grows large enough and you get a bunch of people who've had it a certain... They've just had it, that's always how it's been for them. Oh yeah, that's what I want to fortify. You know, it's kind of difficult to then have these players who've never had non-more multiplier frenzy say, "Yo, you don't get that anymore. It didn't used to be like that, so deal with it." It's here, so I can start running fortify. Okay. Normally I would stop here, but I kind of want to just push through to Dominus and get into Act 4, because that'll put me in a position to try and get through Act 4 tomorrow and see Act 5. Gear permitting, obviously. Oh, good lord. They something with the lighting too, because this looks like way brighter. These little torches look a lot brighter too. It could also possibly... Oh, yeah. It must just be that area. Now it's better. Was it? Damn it, I didn't even look. Like, what do you mean different? Like the coloring or the image on it? Because... Yeah, maybe they changed it and to make the images more pronounced.
My money is gone.
Yeah, I know. Just... I remember there was a post recently that I saw on the PoE subreddit. Somebody was asking about like multi-boxing, and basically we're asking if it was okay. And I was like, man, I remember back when ManOcean played and he had his setup and he had like 2 laptops and a computer and then his main machine. Right? Oh my god. Freaking immortal. Just farming Dominus.
I cannot do this yet.
Why does that keep going on and off? Let's see. Oh, I guess you can't level them up while they're being used. I've never noticed that before. Yes, multi-boxing is okay as long as you are manually controlling the account and you can only have 2 clients running per machine. That's their official statement. So he would run a full party so that, because when you play in a party you get a bonus to magic find and item quantity, and so he would figure out like the sweet spot on like having a full party and then your magic find and your item quantity, so that whenever he killed Dominus, Dominus just only dropped rares. And it was and then Dominus is like the highest boss. Like he drops like chevrons, wrappings, and there's one other decent unique that he can drop, but nothing higher than that. So like he can drop all the lower stuff, I think. I don't know if that's still the case anymore. Probably is. And then I think he went back, he was still going to school at the time, but I think he graduated or needed to focus on schoolwork and ended up getting a job and stuff. No, PoE was not even on your radar. Like, I don't think you played really any games, maybe Super Nintendo. I think he still watched me play, like, Disgaea and stuff, though. Yeah, because I mean, I would tell you about the stuff he does, because he was really entertaining to watch. But PoE wasn't on your radar as, like, a game that you were interested in playing. Is what I meant, I guess. He also had a really, he printed a kappa on a pink t-shirt, but the quality of the shirt looked really nice. I think I asked him where he got it, and he had some local shop print it for him. But I don't know how he got such a detailed kappa. And I don't think Willy Wonka doesn't really stream anymore either. As far as I know, I don't have my notifications on anymore, but I know it's been a long time since he streamed. I think he played Path of Diablo a few times on stream with Green Dude. And I know he streamed like some role-playing sessions a couple of times. I like to jump into his chat occasionally and pretend that I don't know who he is and ask him why he has so many viewers. But he remembers me usually. I don't know if he would anymore. Whatever. I'm not gonna chase after it too much. But I remember the earliest thing I remember about this game is I think I was checking out it had to have been like GameSpot, I think, because at that time that was one of my main gaming websites before I knew about Reddit as a thing that existed. And I think that's where I first saw PoE, and it was back when it was still closed beta. I think I'm a closed beta supporter. I don't remember. I'd have to look at all my supporter titles. And then I think I played it for a little bit, and yeah, my account's like super old. It's like 2012. It's not obviously not the oldest because I didn't really know about the game until a good chunk of the beta stuff was already going on. But I paid money because it looked like Diablo 2, and this was well before Diablo 3 was even had an announced release date. So I was like, well, this looks pretty sweet. So I think I paid whatever the minimum is. That's how I got the Kiwi. Like, the Kiwi pet that I have, that's... You don't... Let me look here, category. Let me show you. So this Kiwi is when they first introduced, like, pets as a thing. So there's, like, the golden Kiwi, or that eternal Kiwi for if you were an eternal supporter, that also gave you like a design a unique. And I thought it was really cool that you could support the game and get something, you get to play the game, you get something cool in game, and all that good stuff. But I didn't actually start playing, so I played a little bit, and then I was like, this is kind of slow, and there's other games I want to play right now, and it's still in like development. And then the open beta happened, because that's when Hellman started playing. He was the first person. When I went to their website again, all of a sudden there was this link to this Twitch thing. So I clicked on the top thing there, and I think it was Hellman at the time during Cutthroat. and he was just murdering people with a glacial hammer. And ooh, I should not have done that. And so then I downloaded it again. I played a little bit more. That's also when I think I started checking into it more. And while I still wasn't really super heavy into it, but that's where I found out about like Willy Wonka and stuff like that, because he had YouTube videos for the crafting the Kraken and everything. So I would check it out more often than not when I got updates. And I don't think I really got into it until uh-oh, I don't have like anti-bleed or anti-corruption stuff. I wasn't thinking about this. But yeah, like even when Sacrifice of the Vol came out, I didn't play it as much because challenges were super hard to get. Like, you had to play both leagues for like MTX stuff. Like, they didn't give you microtransactions for hardly anything. And then like hardcore and softcore had different challenges and stuff like that, and it was way harder to do stuff. So I'll have to look and see at my actual Challenge League statistics, because that'll tell me when I actually started playing it more seriously. So that wasn't too bad.
Never again be slaves.
Alright, so I just need to get to town. And then I think I'll call it a night for that. But
Follow a dead river to the foot of Kitava's kingdom. Tell the elders
it would have been after Crip had stopped playing. For sure. God, I don't even remember the leagues. Like, they all sort of blur together at this point. I don't even remember like what was after Nemesis. Because I think I played in Nemesis League. No, Brandis was way later. Brandis is like after Beyond, I think. There was also a short league, like a 1 month league or something, that gave you the red and blue.
Let me bend your ear for a minute.
Was that the last league where they had separate MTX rewards? So there was a league that was super short that had blue armor for softcore and red armor for hardcore. And I think after that they sort of got rid of that whole thing and just made it a single league or single challenge set. Let me see. Yeah, so the Cerulean Seraph body armor. Basically, you look like a Power Ranger. Ooh. Had a little bit of a latency spike there after I entered into the new zone, or re-entered the zone. Is that right? No? Dead end? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I actually started heavily actually committing a dedicated amount of time or having commitment to it until they made it so that the challenges were the same for both leagues. And they weren't... Because there's also... What they used to do is the top 50 racers who got like, I think got level 100 for, would get a t-shirt for the league. And there were all sorts of issues with cheaters and like stuff like that, and they just sort of decided to scrap the whole thing because it was too much hassle. And it alienated, I think probably also because it alienated a certain amount of players. Like once all the top 50 were like taken, then people just probably quit. They're like, well, I don't want to play anymore. But yeah, I was there watching Moors and Havoc, I think, were both about to kill Fitziri for the first time using snapshotting, and that was still heavily available. There's one other streamer I remember who used to go for level 100, like did the 100 race early on, and he hasn't played for ages. I don't even remember what his name was. I think he was going to medical school at the time. I think it was Havoc who got it first because Moors did not realize that Havoc was that close and trying to beat him to it until like right before the fight. Alright, so now I need like 1200 HP to be comfortable with Malachi, so I guess since my resists, they aren't fully capped, but they're okay, I can probably pick up some more life in here. Just pick this up. Get one more life node and I think I'll be fine.
We opened the gate. The Marraketh and the Karui. I'm watching you.
Let's see. I guess I'll put this here for now. This person's got the Razor footprints. I missed out on that. I didn't realize it was a thing, and I had a Razor mouse at the time. I could have totally gotten it, but I missed that window,
Fate.
unfortunately. Let's see, anything changed in here at all? Doesn't look like it.
Ta-ta.
Sakema Deshret sealed the mines.
Yeah.
The corruption.
Alright. So, I think that's it. Tomorrow we will try to get through Act 4 and start exploring the new acts and see how that goes. I don't know what expected life values I should have. I should see if the resists have changed at all. Doesn't look like it.
The Eternals had no respect for their land.
So normally, from what I'm used to in the past, you'll kind of want 1200 when you defeat Malachi. And then you do all 3 acts again. So I don't know where we should be at going forward with this stuff. I guess we'll just kind of play it by ear and see what it feels like. But that is it for now. So I guess we will start again tomorrow.